Hello everyone. Have you ever wanted to grow your LEGO gun arsenal? Because when you buy a LEGO Star Wars set, you either get this small pistol, this basic larger caliber gun, which is more likely like an assault rifle, or you get this classic sniper, and on occasion you do get stud shooters. But sometimes you want to diversify. And when you do, you probably get guns that look like this. Some of these are from LEGO sets, and then some of these are slightly custom, but they use generic parts which you can either find in LEGO sets, like this example, I've just used the same tip over on a pistol, or over here where you just attach different colors of lightsaber hilts to make these guns. But what I have for you today is a few other guns which I have customly designed to serve a purpose. Some of these are in-universe guns, and some of these are my own creation. And I've tried to use stud shooters in some of them. I've had a little bit of difficulty, so I only have 2 designs, but if I make a part 2, there will be more. The first gun I have here is a shotgun made of only a few pieces. It is going to work as your close range line of defense, so for your mock builders, it is going to provide a lot of nice detail. For your up close and personal engagements, you can add a spot for some blaster fire if you need that. It is a little bit of a less sturdy design since it does use a stud to connect together, so it might break on you, but it is a nice shotgun design in my opinion. Now, if you've seen The Bad Batch, you might have seen Wrecker's gun, and this is my interpretation of that weapon. It is a little bit different than the LEGO designed one. It does use one of the rarer gun pieces, which is this like Mandalorian type thing, and then it uses one of these like hinge clips, which have the dual edge. And so I think it's a pretty accurate representation of the gun. Might not be perfect, but I think it is slightly better than the one that you get in the set. Now next up is this Pulse Sniper, which has this larger extended barrel. You can use it as a just as like a handheld thing. You can connect on one of the sides, so you can have the gun face either way, and you can also use these two like spanner pieces as a way to ground the gun so that you can have it hold on a ledge, which adds a little bit of functionality. You can, of course, just remove this edge and it looks a little bit thinner, but I feel like this makes it look a little bit more menacing, and it just adds that little bit of differentiation because you normally do not get these wide end barrels in sets. Now these next two are going to be using the stud shooters. These are going to be some Wookiee bowcasters. This one is a little bit smaller than the other one that I have, and this is going to be more for your handheld bowcasters. They're a little bit big, so I could imagine that you would have some problems, but you could also use these as defense turrets, which is why I have this larger one, which is much more well defined and angled. So you can use both of these on your like Kashyyyk mocks to kind of help out and add a little bit of like some turrets there. Now this one is a little bit more expensive since it does use a little bit more pieces, but both of them are relatively easy to get if you have them. Now these two are a little bit of my iffy designs. I have some more which are coming up which are much better, but this is kind of like a large kind of like a rotary gun. I don't really know about that one, but then this is just going to be like a minigun. You'd use it with both your hands and then you just fire. It's pretty simple design. I've added this like Ninjago piece or whatever to the bottom to kind of add a little bit of flavor, but those are pretty simple guns. I don't know if they have good implications, but they're there. Now this next gun is a little bit strange since it's kind of meant to be an assault rifle, but it's got this extra little like handle. So I mean, if anything, you could place it down and then have this extend out, this like little antenna piece to kind of give it a little bit of length. I don't know, maybe that could be like a laser sight that you'd add on. Anyways, I think this is an interesting gun. I don't necessarily know if it's the best. I would rank this one in the middle, but I think that it's pretty nice. Now in the right hand, I have the slightly modified classic LEGO gun, where I've just added an extra stud to kind of give that extra separation between the gun and the flashing light or the laser at the front, and then I have a simple bazooka that you can make. Now next up, I have a modified sniper for Crosshair, because these last two are definitely the best ones that I have. And so here you can see he's got a sight. He's also got a little bit of an extra handle in case he wants to do side fire, and he's also got this larger barrel up front so that he can dash out those powerful hits when he needs to. Now this is one is going to be your standard clone rifle that they use. It's the big one. It's the one where you use two hands. It's very nice design. It's a little expensive using one of these, like light pistols, then using a lightsaber hilt in black, then using the miniature pistol from the blaster lineup, then you've got a spanner, and you've also got one of these Technic pieces. So it is on the more expensive side, but if you have a bunch of clones with this model right here, that is going to put some fear in the battlefield, and you can definitely spruce up your clones and your Republic versus Separatist mocks, which use clones. You could probably use the same design for the Separatists. It would be a little bit more difficult to implement into their hands, but you have a little bit of motion. You can definitely also single-hand it, but it is going to be a little bit heavy, as you can see, since it is a very long blaster, but I think it looks really good when you have it on that side. So that is all. I have all these weapons here. If you enjoyed this video, I'll try and make a part 2, which will probably be a lot shorter because honestly this one probably was a little bit too long. But I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Bye.